Hello, it's Wild once again with more art, as we generally do. How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. I'm gonna just go to my corner, gonna pull out my tablet, and we will begin as we always do. What are we doing today? Well, much of the same. We are gonna start with just some lines. We're gonna do we are going to do some boxes. That's not a box. We're gonna draw boxes. Why do we draw boxes? Because they're shapes. I do find that if I draw them too big, they kind of take a lot of space. We are drawing cylinders too. We can draw triangles if we want to. I don't think I'm trying to be accurate though. I'm just drawing. This is a number 3. That's not even a shape. Yes, it is a shape, but not the shape we're looking for. I guess that's what a 3 looks like. Okay. Let's get doodles out of the way, or let's just get random lines that don't need anything. I'm just flowing line. Sometimes my hand is like, yeah, we should just spin around uncontrollably. And this is what we're doing right now. We're just uncontrollably sketching. We're not putting no thought into this. There's no thought. This is thoughtless. Thoughtless exercise. Just so we can get the flow motion of our hand. We're making F's. My circles never end up being too much. So my brain is saying, hey, we should do circles. We can see the difference between doing so I'm gonna try to do a circle. That is to say, I'm gonna try to do a circle, circle, and then I'm gonna try to do the same thing, but this time it'll be with 2 lines. Then it will be with 3 lines. Which circles look better? None of them. None of them look better. However, the more practice we put on it, the more our circles will look like circles. Here we can see our circle from 1 iteration, 2 iteration, 3 iteration. Do the same for other shapes that we have problems with, like the octagon. For whatever reason, every time I try to do an octagon, it never is an octagon. Well, this is a heptagon now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What to do with the angle of the octagon that it just messes me up? Do you have any other problem shapes? Do square. Wait. We'll just do the progress. So, dot, line, triangle, square, Pentagon. Hexagon. That's not a hexagon. I already messed up. Alright, so start back from the beginning. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Not a hexagon. Do you know what a hexagon is, Wild? Do you know what a hexagon is? I think it just doesn't start on a point. That's what's messing me up. That's a hexagon. One, line, triangle, square, pentagon, hexagon. Heptagon can start again on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. Octagon. Then from then on, I don't know what shapes you would kind of follow. You just kind of go crazy. Circle. Line. Triangle. Square. Pentagon. Pentagon is wrong. Hexagon. This hexagon is also wrong. Heptagon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's correct. And octagon. This one's a little weird of a shape. This one's not too bad actually. A pentagon is pretty easy to draw. Okay, so let's try to do... We did this exercise a while back, which was to basically make a line that basically just creates and draws itself over and over. So, given the fact that we have issues with still octagons, let's draw an octagon that just basically octagons itself. Hello there, random. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. We are doing some line work today, so it's gonna be pretty boring. That is too long. Ow. What was that for? Okay, well that one was soft. That one was fine. I feel like I'm losing the octagon shape as I keep drawing this in this circle.
Nice.
Nice. I think I lost it. The octagon has been lost. There's somewhere in there's an octagon. Thank you for the candy. It's my candy then. How you doing, Cho? Hopefully you're doing well. I can't draw octagons. This is a hexagon. I don't know why it is. This shape doesn't like to be drawn. Gonna have to work. Food is nearly done. Hey, what you eating, mister? What's on the menu today? How's the drawing going? Going okay. It's going okay. Just basically doing some practice line work right now so as to be able to figure out what I'm doing. I know that you may have been seeing some of the stuff I've been making in the past shows, but I don't know. Confidence is a waning thing when it comes to artistry. You work with it a bit and then you lose it. For example, right now, I'm trying to remember how to draw, for no particular reason, a squirrel. And my mind says, yes, doesn't know. You don't know how a squirrel looks like. I'm like, but I've seen squirrels. I know what they look like. They look like this, right? And then something like that. I don't know, I feel like that's not right. the fluffy tail, whatever. Got a little hands. Got, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a squirrel. This doesn't feel like a squirrel. Does not feel like a squirrel. The entirety of this face shape doesn't look like it. This is the problem with drawing by imagination. My imagination is very crude, very weak, very bad. Or steak with mushrooms and French scalloped potatoes. Ooh, sounds pretty good. Bit too hearty for me right now, as I'm in my early morning, but very good. This is not a squirrel. Might throw a tomato into the mix, but hey, well, hopefully you get yourself some fiber and some vitamins. Right, I'm deleting it. Goodbye. Okay, so more line work. So we wanted to do a circle, then a circle and a circle, then a circle and a circle, then a circle and a circle. Biggest problem we found is that when we try to do circles at a very large size, it's hard to contain them. Interestingly enough, I'm trying to go down, but I did fail to do so. This is me trying to be equidistant, but not really stopping. Try that again. Try that again. I think our line generation has improved. Now let's try going down. Can't go down all the way because that is not something our hand really enjoys doing. See if we can get lines inside the line to improve our accuracy. So one thing I noticed is that my lines are always curved a bit. Never very straight, as you can see. Just always like to curve to the side. Oh well. How about a horizontal line? Definitely do not have mastery of lines. Let's see if I can do... see that I'm trying to do lines and sometimes they wobble. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I'm just doodling here. I'm not actually even drawing anything. Scribble, I guess, would be the best way to put it. I'm not actually even doing anything with my pen. I don't know. Just drawing lines. But what if we try to draw a line? And it has to connect with the line that exists. I suck at this. I suck at this. Alright, let's go. Now that we had some line work done, let's go focus on something. Let's put on their usual. Do some basic shapes. See how we do. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm looking at it for about 15 seconds and then drawing it without looking anymore. Don't remember if there was any other shape actually. That's it. It's as much as I could do without looking again. Okay, we got a pot. We can see there's a teapot, it has cloth, there's a thingy. Okay, now we don't look. There's like cloth draped everywhere. Obviously, it did not look like. We got a glass bottle. I guess I would have drawn more of the bottom here. Maybe not highlight this as much. We got a cup. Okay. I think I can do this without looking. Yeah, I'm not looking anymore. I feel like the proportions of this is not right. I feel like it was actually closer to a circle, but then basically had the plate. Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at this, and this was too short. We got a semi-square, circle, squares. Okay. Sure. We stop looking. Circle. Cylinder? I feel like that's not right. A circle. Where cylinder? Okay, so we did get correct this, we got correct this, but we forgot the proportion. We forgot to draw that. Damn. Well, this is a cube, so we're gonna look at it just to get an idea of its dimension. Then we will try to draw it. This cube is wonky. Cube is too much. real question is, was it like this or like this? It was a little bit angled. Well, that's wrong. We got that wrong altogether. Yeah, so it's a cylinder and then it's a press. Yeah, let's start drawing this. Saka doing line. Surprising how much I lose as soon as I don't see it. Okay, well, I know what I messed up in there too. That's a lot of blocks. I don't know if I'll remember all of them, but I'll do my best. Where? Okay, without looking. Okay, so right, wrong, wrong, right. Forgot this one. There's a lot of things that I got wrong there. Just trying to memorize these that are hard. So have a thing, a spot. Okay. Have the bread, have the knife, have the bread. There's a basket in the background. Bunch of cloth everywhere. Don't know if the cloth went on top of the bread. Okay, we got the knife, we got the bread, we got the basket, we got the, well, I mean, I guess the basket's not much of it. We got the cloth, we got the background. But I mean, it's just basically an exercise, so. Okay, do the next memory exercises. Gonna be drawing animals from only the remembrance of them. So we're going to have 5 minutes. Do 4 animals. And only when we hear the ring is when we can do it. Dog, that, leg, biting into someone, but that's fine. Okay, so it'd be shape. Do that. Go down. Okay, so we'll give it another 10 seconds as we'll do a minute of just studying it. now I can't look. So I go that. Feel like I'm inventing. Definitely feel like I'm inventing. I'm not looking anymore. Obviously, he's biting on a leg. His legs are messed up. Now I can look again. So he is not in fact like this. His ears are not showing. His mouth is similar to that. He has a much longer pose or gait. He is bum 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 bum. That's what we had originally. We'll do one last look. And okay, so we need to that's not right. Okay, let's try a second try here. So here we saw the mouth is wrong. The arm, the position of this is wrong. This has to be here, further back. This has to go further. This is in the wrong order. This would have to be in here. Then this would have been here. Would have been a bigger tail. Okay, so what we'll do, I think what we're gonna do is going to be, so that way we have a better understanding of how to do these. We're gonna do, it's gonna be 30 seconds raw. Then it's gonna be ring, 30 seconds raw, and then ring. We don't have enough time to put all that. But basically it's the exercise that I'm basically just making up right now as we speak is 30 seconds, we draw, ring signifies, then we do the little bell. 30 seconds. Draw. Then the second bell means reference. That's what we'll do. let's skip this one and go to the next one. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the kitties. There is 4 of these kitties. 1 cat, 2 cat, 3 cat. 1 cat, 2 cat, 4 cat. Okay, can't look anymore. I feel like I lost the shape of the cat real fast there. This cat's got pants. I am so unconfident with how cats look that as soon as I do not see the cat shape, I revert back to not drawing cats. Okay. Okay, so this cat is okay based on its shape. This tail has to go down. The cat is correct here, but it's actually only his legs. The cat is incompletely. This cat is basically nightmare. It should be basically looking like that. And this cat is looking the wrong way. Okay. This cat was all but. Okay, so we got the last bell, and now we'll try to fix what's wrong here. So we would draw this fast, I guess. would have been something like that. You got another cat. Okay. So we're gonna look at it, this cat, for about 30 seconds. Try to identify everything that makes this thing a cat. And then we're gonna try to draw this as soon as the bell, or as soon as the 30 seconds hit. Okay, no looking at it anymore. Okay. Quickly, how easy. I forget the shape that I've seen. I can get an idea of what the cat looks like, but I don't think this is what the cat looks like yet. There was a tail. I don't remember which direction the tail was at. Is that cat shaped? The legs, I just don't remember what cat legs look like. Tail, I think the body's too wide. I feel like I would need to cut the body. I can look again. Okay, so from what I'm seeing here, cat is looking down. Cat's actually a skull like this. It's got leg, so these are correct. This sure somewhat actually. This leg goes on top. This leg goes on bottom. This goes, so it's bottom, top, bottom, top. Can't see anymore. Okay. I did not mean to. And look again, but I'm like nowhere near. That's what I thought the cat looked like. Well, the cat by seeing it, I guess. That's actually closer to what the cat was. Okay, do another one of these. One more of these exercises as I try to figure out how to draw from memory. Though I will say my memory is super faulty. So we have a dog. Goes like that. Pause. Pause. Goes down. Down. Okay. Now without looking. It's biting on something. Ow, I think. I don't think dog. Again, I'm imagining what dog legs are like rather than actually having memorized what the dog legs are like. And that's annoying as hell. Is that a dog? Is this a dog? Dear God, what have I done to you, doggo? Or the opacity. Let's see how close or far we are as the timer hits. I think the biggest problem is the shape. This looks like it's elongated, but it's actually supposed to be like more. I don't know. I think it was like looking away from the camera. We can look. Okay, so this angle's wrong. Okay, dogs do in fact have. Well, this dog doesn't actually have it. So this dog just goes down straight up. And it has a little tail, goes up in a sort of zigzag, curves his body, and then turns. Okay. So let's try to get his body shape. So it was. Is that closer to what it was? Okay. Finally, let's draw it as we see it. Okay, well, even while seeing it, it's still a bad shape, so I don't know what to tell you. Trying to draw from memory is rough. Okay. Let's compare our terrible works so far. So we get an idea on why our memory is so faulty. So, this one's from reference. Still faulty because I think it's a little too wide. I basically overrushed the size of it. This base makes more sense for the dog, obviously. The second time I did it, I oversimplified it and made it into a cone. The first time I don't even do. I started with a mouth for whatever reason, and the mouth just became a little indent thing, but I shouldn't have done that. I couldn't remember what the legs look like, but apparently they are a combination of this and this, in which basically it's a leg that goes down and a leg that goes forward. Wait, those are those ones. His is the cat. Here's our quickly traced reference cat. Here's a cat by second reference, okay, seeing it a second time and then drawing from there. And then our original cat. Cat was okay. We followed the shape originally, but I always round the skull rather than like actually make lines for the skull. And then we have the reference cat. The tail's wrong in all of them. Legs are too thick. This I don't know what I was trying to do with these paws, but they do be as they do be. And I think this was the last one. This was a bunch of cats. I didn't even make a second by memory. So I'm gonna assume that the by memory one is the one I'm holding right now, because there's not that much of a difference between them. Mostly because I only got to the basic shapes of each of them in the amount of time I allotted, so. But yeah, that's our by memory exercise. Let's go do some more by memory. This time we'll do figure drawings. We will do only covered models. We will have, again, 5 minutes. We will do 5 exercises, in which basically, in the case that you don't know, or you're trying to follow at home, or wherever you're at, I am trying to see a drawing for about 30 seconds, draw it, wait till the bell rings, look again for another 30 seconds, and then draw. And then in the last bell, I can draw by reference. If I want to draw it on top of it, great. But basically the idea is just to improve our memory retention on how things look. Not that I have aphantasia, but I definitely don't think I have a great memory for remembering how things look. Hello, Quite. How are you? How are you doing? Alright, I'm ready to start hell number 2. This time it's the human body. We will put ourselves in the corner over here. Alright, let's try to see if we can draw from memory. Okay. You got 30 seconds to draw this girl. Sorry, 30 seconds to just not touch the canvas, not touch anything, and just look at her. So we got a skull, we got a body, curves, goes down, has a chair, arms goes to the hip, face. Okay. We are gonna try to draw this. 30 seconds. First I'll try drawing the basic outline, I guess. leg, leg, arm, arm, hand. I do not recall where the other things were. Don't really want to invent things. Take it from here. Feel like the proportions are wrong, but at this point I'm committed to it. I always get the opacity of the wrong one. They're on a chair. Basically oversimplified the details here, but that's what I was drawing. I'm okay there, quite. I'm just trying to draw by reference. Okay, so or draw by memory rather than by reference. Okay, so legs are too thick, the body's too thin. Things that are on the legs, this goes to the bottom. The head should be a little more forward. Okay, so try drawing that again. So head is forward, legs are thinner. Legs do not behave like that. Okay, now that we can actually see it. So it's going to be that. Problem is I don't think I have time for this. What's correct about how the legs basically match each other? Her head is forward. I don't know, I feel like this exercise is gonna be chaotic mess. Does have a bun. Forgot the tank top. Forgot most of the details of the clothes too, but I think it's just a matter of I didn't have time to do it. Leg, whatever. Next one. Oh, it's the same lady. There's also a dog. I gotta draw the dog too. Okay, lady is looking down at a phone, so her arms are looking like that. Her legs are post away. The chair's in the way. And there's a dog. Okay, no looking. and the dog. I feel like the dog was smiling. How does a dog smile? The dog is terrifying. This dog is terrifying. Alright, take a look at. Okay, we got the girl. We don't got any of her details on the girl, so we should try to draw on top. I always do the wrong layer. Okay, so we need to draw on top the arm. Hair is actually not seeable by the other side. Okay, I'm out of time. That's as much time as I have. I've really not given a lot of time. Okay. Take away the second layer. So the legs are wrong because instead of looking down, they should be looking up. It should actually be like that. And arm like that. This is messed up. The feet are fine. That was fine. Here, the dog basically got forgotten. Okay, we got a man. Man looking to the side. He's got his arm. He's got sort of skull that goes down. Can't look anymore. Not how I've been ever drawing legs, and that's not how I'm about to start drawing legs right now. I don't remember how this looked like. that's not right. The knees are really messed up. Look again. The bee's knees. The bee's knees. Okay, so he had his arm extended to the side, and his other arm is actually looking down. His leg is actually all the way straight, and this one is looking a little bit back. He has his back a little arch, and his head is above his torso. A little bit to the side of his torso. But yes, the bee's knees is not my bee's knees. Okay, looking again. Let's try doing this for a minute. This leg, we said that this leg was straight, and this leg was backward. So this arm was down, well this arm was forward. So we would draw. Head is forward. That's not right. Out of time. Okay, so by looking, we have head, torso. We got leg. We got leg. We are correct in this. Arm, down. There is no second arm. You don't actually see him. This arm was overextended. So that means that if we were to redraw it fast. I'm definitely not drawing this fast enough. Also, the legs are messed up when I try to draw it fast. Out of space, out of time. Okay, we got a girl's back. She has a pretty flowing form all the way to her leg. So that arm kind of matches her leg. Then he has a little turn. Then she has a little pull. Back is turned around. Her head is slightly to the side, and then her leg is straight. So it's going to be ba 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 ba. Okay, without looking. Head to the side. Straight. Something like that. That's the basic shape. Let's draw it in the actual manner that matters. Okay. He was looking to the side. Her entire body flowed like that. think she was wearing a tank top. Some shorts. Okay, okay, so based on the shape we got, face was like that. I forgot her ear. Her shoulder's a little wider. And then she's a little thinner. So, keeping as it is. Problem is, we're doing the drawing a second time, which takes a lot longer. Yeah, that's so messed up in proportions. Yeah. First time was fine. I think it's just the time. We don't have time to do a second time. Neck, shoulder. And oh, I did it in the wrong order. You got too big of a butt. Okay, last one. As we try to remember this shape. So his head is covered by a log. He has two arms that kind of put to the side. Then he goes down with his little leg and little. I mean, I guess they're not little at all, but they're kind of a. Okay, let's try to draw this shape. No, because it was covering his face. Something like that. His face just has to be more there. Doesn't seem right. Take a look at that again. Okay, so what I've missed is that the head is... So the head is here. This is down. The legs are like this. Arm, 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 arm. The head is actually somewhere here. Okay. Try drawing that again. Okay, now with looking. Like this torso is huge, whatever. Not even like that, it's like this. Actually behind it, that's another thing that I didn't notice. Such a weird shape for me. Thing is, don't get why this, like, is it like this far? Like it's that much of an angle? Is that why I'm messing up how to draw that one? Let's try to draw this. Can we copy it and it'll show? No, I have to screen cap it. Close that for now. Okay, I'm gonna try drawing it again. This time, I'm gonna turn it off. And then just try. Well, given the fact that it can't be bigger than the canvas, this is already wrong. that's the basic shape. So how off am I? Draw on top of it. And now we cover it. So the main things that we are wrong is this leg, the position of the head, position of the arm, this leg. Okay. Try that again. We are gonna look at what it sees. So give me a second as I look at it. And try that again. Okay. Cool. Got the head. Got the body. This body is fucked. Okay, let's see how close this one is. It's closer. A closer approximation. The leg actually isn't... The leg is closer to the outside of the leg. The pelvis isn't as rotated as I've put it up here. But it's passable. Passable is what I'll say. Alright, I think that's going to be all for this specific stuff. Now, let's try to find something we want to sketch for the next 30 minutes. How about we sketch an old one we did before? So, oh, that's not it. So, let's draw. Let's go back to drawing this one, I guess. We drew this a long time ago, on our second day. Let's see if we can draw it again. See how much better or worse we've gotten at drawing the same shapes. There should be a layer that we can just copy. Okay. So it's a donut. Circle on the donut. And then it's a square. Then it's a cone. This square doesn't seem like it's... Definitely want to put that in a lower layer. I think it's too flat. I think it needs to be expanded. Because I see a proportion. Okay, let me redo that. So, a little off. so the donut's there. I think if I translated the circle, probably be about this big. I feel like it's thinner. I feel like this line matches this line, so okay. Then the square. Square kind of starts a little under the point. Okay. Now we try to translate this properly, I guess. Did draw on the layer that I didn't want to draw on. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now we shade. Let's take another layer again. You can kind of lower this a bit. then we'll do this. I'm gonna be on a different layer so I don't accidentally color over it. Good enough for me then. Yeah. Now we do this. Do, 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 do. Okay. Now we do the donut. Wait. We're in a different layer, otherwise this will be messy. Ba, 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 ba. I'm chilling on a cute game called Paperclay. A lot of fun, at least. Hey, that's good to hear there, Show. What kind of game is it? What kind of game is it? Do, 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 do. I think the shadow's too thick for this, but I don't want to change the line growth.
Hey buddy, you look thirsty.
Oh.
Why don't you get hydrated?
Water time. Hello Savada, how you doing? Ow. 3D platformer collectathon, a bit like Banjo-Kazooie? Huh. So sounds like Yooka-Laylee too. I'm good, hope you're well. Yep, just doing an old one versus a new one. So, I don't know if you've ever saw my original one, but on day two of my progress, on day 2 of me doing shapes, this took me 2 hours to make. This took me 2 hours to make. This is taking me 20 minutes to make. Obviously, I'm not putting as much detail into like holding the shape of the line. Like obviously the lines could probably be erased to hold the shape of the circle. But this was 2 hours when I started almost a whole month ago. This is now. This is my learning process. You can definitely see that the biggest thing that I've learned is that I've no longer use accuracy. I use dynamism. Dynamism? I can never think of that word. I'm using like line work to basically make it be straight, right? Now, is it accurate? No. Is the shading better? Definitely, I'm definitely spending less time that I care for the shading, but overall, I'm just trying to give it an effect anyway. Alright, so the next thing I have to do is the flooring. Thank you, Savara. How about you? Any projects from your side? Doing anything special? I need a big one. I'm gonna just draw this. Bam. Quick background. Then I need to do a darker gray. And then I need an in-between color. That'll work. I was doing some personal projects a month ago, but then had to put them because of work. Work, the great equalizer of our time, where we never get to do free things anymore, or never get to do our projects. And their work asks me to do things they pay me to do. Exactly. The nerve of some people. It's almost like they think they owe you or something. But I'm glad you're doing well there, Savara. So it's more like a... Okay, let's return it back to its ambit, its original size, which was 135. We can actually do some shading. All I'm hearing is that they don't want you to do art. Maybe they just don't value it. Or maybe they do and they're just, you know, busy. What is joke? Is joke. I guess that's close enough. The thing is that shade doesn't make... I guess it doesn't make sense because it's not a square shape like thing. Okay, that. Almost all of this actually. Yeah. No. The one thing I gotta get more comfortable with is accepting line work as they are. One thing I always tend to, or one thing I tend to make a common mistake with is I do like undoing a lot of my work. I forgot to do the shade for this one. Let's have like a little bit of a shade underneath the... I've been seeing some of your on Soapy Server. You're doing great. Thank you, Savada. I appreciate all of your positive comments. I also appreciate that somebody looks at them. Sometimes it can be a bit disheartening to like make art and it's just ignored by everybody, but I understand how it is. We all have our lives and we are busy. But believe me, I appreciate it. I've noticed you've done so every time. You leave in at least a little comment, so I thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't know how much it means to a kind stranger on the internet. Thank you. I mean, this is fine. I mean, I guess I could delete a specific part of the shadow if I wanted to, like, reflect where it is, but it'd be, like, somewhere over here, maybe? Shadows are coming... No, it'll be higher up. It'd be, like, a very thin slit. Okay, we were just trying to do a quick rendition of our original piece, so Here is our piece. Let's group these so at least we don't have to work them again. Pop, 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 pop. Okay. What do we want to draw now? We still got some time. Technically I end every 2 hours, but I feel generous. I'm feeling generous. I don't know, it's such a... Is there a way to like put them side by side? I guess not in Krita. Again, it's such a difference to see how... But to be honest, when I started doing these, I didn't know about lines accuracy. I didn't know about dynamism. Dynamism? God, I can't say that word. I didn't know about that. And basically, my lines just didn't work. Also, the proportions of this were also off and wonky. Not to say that the proportions of these are perfect either, but, you know. Making progress, little by little. Also, 2 hours versus 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Alright. Let's make a new shape. Or let's make a new thing. Ah! Savannah, why? Why? Why have you done this? That's okay. I know you're throwing it with love. Have you realized that that's a feature I have in my streams now? You can throw things at me. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Your redeems are awesome. I love it. Thank you. Thank you very much. You are mighty kind. Get rid of this. I don't know what to draw. I guess I could pull out my... I have a little manga book here to draw in this sort of style because I do kind of want to learn character drawing like that, but I'm not very good at drawing manga. Maybe we'll just do a basic face and that'll be it. So first things first, gotta switch back. Gotta switch back. Now the opacity is fine, the pixels is fine. So I always squish my face too much. And then a line. Then it's weird that the sort of step that they go from here is like, oh yeah, you bail the shape. Oh, they just immediately put perfectly made eyes after that. And I was like, what is this book? Why is it telling me to make a book? Or sorry, why is it telling me to do such things? Alright, eye. Oh my god, that's huge. Let's say like it uses 3 circles as a sort of separation between the eyes. So I imagine it would be expecting an eye shape here. Why is it all gray? Oh, gray because I put this in gray. Well, that's what a surprise. You've probably seen the meme, Savada, of like, first you draw a few circles, and then you draw the rest of the fucking owl. That's basically how it feels sometimes when I read these books. I'm like, what do you mean? Explain your process. Tell me what you're trying to tell me. But no, sometimes it is basically that. And my god, can it be frustrating? Well, I'm just gonna draw eyes and figure out where we go from there, huh? It has to be closer to this side, I think. Whoop. I just cannot get this shape right. As much I may have consumed anime in my youth, and to this day, weirdly enough is that I have the inability to draw what I have seen. So I can do it like this. You know what? Screw it. We just draw it. Not gonna worry. I feel like most of these get covered up by color anyway. Face is a little low. The nose is screw it. We draw like that. Ears. Good enough. And then it says draw the rest of the goddamn face, doesn't it? Kinda just tells me to do an outline of the hair and stuff. I feel like if I'm doing the hair, I should probably do a different layer. Probably move both of the faces down, because otherwise the hair won't have a lot of detail. Damn these anime heads and their giant, there's enough hair here that a plane could land. Or there's enough forehead that a literal plane could could land on this driveway right here. Choo-choo. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. Yes, just like the characters in Dragon Ball, they are 90% forehead. You should take a, you should see some of the Naruto characters too. They're basically all. Some of the characters are just infamously forehead. I mean, I'm kind of drawing what basically this reference character is. But he's kind of dumb. Then they say to do a line. Then a line. Obviously, the one thing that makes him a little weird is that he doesn't have eyebrows. So I need to put eyebrows on this fella. Supposed to put the hair in another layer, but I guess that's fine. I guess we're living with our mistakes and we'll deal with it. Start here. Move back. Sure. Obviously, I'm looking to the side. Now we draw the rest of the details of this face, I guess. The face is very wide. Could it be fixed? Maybe. Weird thing about how they do this is that they draw the original contouring of the lines and then they delete on top of it. So it would require me to like make more details on top of details. Getting that line to match is hard. Alright, well, best I gotta do is actually draw the face. I don't like the line work there. I do not like what I've done with those lines. They do not flow. He's got a big chin now. I feel like that's better. I don't know. My chin be super strapped. You got an egg, DF. Congratulations. You are the egg lady. The egg lady in waiting. guess one of the things is the sort of eyes don't have a lot of detail. Is that why people highlight this part of the face so much? It's actually kind of straight. Straight and then a turn. I feel like he has massive neck. Elongated neck syndrome, I feel. The eggiest witch around. You sure are. Unless you want to count a box of witch, and in that case, you're the second most. But okay. Just doing the final drawing of the day. This is gonna be a quick anime figure, anime headshot, I guess. Let's group these. Nice. Ooh. You got a cold? That's not good. Stayed up too late. You were in the sauna for too long. I don't know. Could be many things. I don't take you for a person who goes out all the time, so it's weird to get sick when you don't go out. But this is the time of sickness. People get sick all the time, so stay healthy, everyone. Otherwise, illness is coming for you. Savara, as you, and Savara and DF as well as both of you, when it comes to coloring, is there a specific tool or pen you like to use? Like, do you prefer something that's flat, like basically just applies the same coloring everywhere? Or do you prefer something that has a bit of a gradient, depending on the pressure you put on things, like that? I feel like it makes more sense to be flat, right? Like you would color with this for flatness. Look for a brown. I've learned my lesson. I am not going to just spray and pray when it comes to this. Actually have to go in the lines. Alright, can you repeat that? When regarding coloring and shading, do you prefer a tool that kind of gradients, or one that is flat and just always applies the same coloration regardless of how much force you put in your pen? You use mouse? My god. Vada, you're crazy. Mostly flat brush, fair enough. All of this is actually brown. No. No. I draw by hand, scan the drawing, then make vectors on top of them. Ah. So you like using line tools, is what I'm hearing. Because you can't draw them with your mouse, I imagine. Eee. So then you have more experience as a traditional drawing than a digital one. I don't have a drawing tablet. I got this one, the one I'm currently using, for $20, $30. The equivalent of your currency, I do not know. But it was cheap. It was a good deal. It is very tiny though. Staying in the line. You know, who would have thought that a skill that you have to do as an artist is stay in the lines from preschool and the like. It's like, remember kids, draw in the lines. And like, well, that's never going to be a transferable skill in real life. Nope, I guess you do. I guess if you're actually trying to draw, yeah, you better not go over the goddamn line. But, unlike in school, you can cheat and by deleting colors on top of colors. You can make it work. You can also make it work by filling the bucket tool. That's definitely another thing that I've seen other people other people do, which is just basically finish their entire color and then just basically bucket tool whatever they see. Bucket tool. Also, when I don't care about coloration, you're gonna see me go over the lines a lot. So I don't care if they bleed. Colors are meant to be bled. If I paid for the whole color spectrum, I don't mind. They burn and crash with each other. Just don't want to see no white inside of brown. By the way, Savannah, how goes Danganronpa Girls? Did you finish that chapter? Or is the chapter still going to this day? Unable to be finished? Yeah. Did it take you 10 hours to do it? And only 1 or 2 more chapters to go. Nice. You're almost there. The opacity of the line is too thin. It kind of bleeds through it. My defense, it was the weekend. Sure. I didn't know Savada's marathons happen every weekend then. So, are we gonna see another 10 hours this weekend? I'm not. I'm just teasing you there, buddy. No harm, no foul. Okay, guess I got to draw this too. No. Alright, well, we got that hair. Not sure, kind of plan to scheduling things hours before I do them. Ah, fair enough. Don't want to be surprised. Is this a cream color? Yep. Put this under the hair. I don't have to worry about that part. Right, I definitely don't need this anymore. I'm done the drawing part. The coloring part, this book ain't gonna help me for that. Get out of my lap. Actually, there may be one thing I still have to look at it, which is how to do eyes and shading, I guess. When either of you do coloring, if you do coloring, what kind of shading do you prefer? Cross hatching or just flat shading? Do 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 do. Right, so that's now I closed it, but I literally need it again. The way that they do their shade is that they kind of put the side of it too big. I tend to blend the shadow. The way I'm seeing this is that they kind of do an angle like that. Then they erase the parts of it. Usually flat, although I'm doing an illustration course which is teaching how to cross shade a bit. Nice. You will have to teach us, have to show us the fruits of your learning. There's a darker shading as well. But I feel like it's delineated, so we're gonna skip it. Skin has a bunch of... Actually much brighter. He doesn't have anything like that. Kind of thick. Damn it. See you around, Zavada. Thank you for the lurk. So I'm probably done pretty soon. I also need to do the lines there. This is too big. This is too small. Doesn't feel white. It feels great, but okay. So, they have sclerons for this eye, so let's try copying sclerons. Lucky! Congratulations, DF. You made it to 10 streams. That's gotta be a new thing from Twitch, right? Like, I don't remember them having... I don't remember them having that in the past. Okay, we got the sclera. I feel like the eyes are not symmetrical. A lot more space on the other eye, that's why. A lot easier to do on this eye than on this one. See how that looks. Connect into chat. Oh no. Alright, we got that. I'll erase this. You're saying the wrong layer. And now we just need to do the eyes and we're done. Keep making it in that way. Eyes. Okay, so the way that they have eyes set is to orange, I guess. They have it as a dark orange. No, not that. Has to be over the sclera. Then okay. No, that doesn't seem right. Let's just color the entirety of the eye one color. Then take a brighter and what they do is go around the entirety of this. Then go with a lighter one. Then smaller. Then it's a circle. And then 3 dots. Guess it's a different type of do an eye. They also do have a highlight in a different color here. And that's it. Now, obviously the biggest problem I have with this face, as I'm drawing it, is that it doesn't match what I think it's supposed to be doing, which is supposed to look a little bit to the side, right? So, the only way I can think of fixing it is to basically increase the shading on this side to basically make it look like a contour. It looks like he's somewhat looking to that side, but I don't know. It's a practice. It's a practice space anyway. Obviously, doing that here is big. I don't think you kind of do lips on any of these, to be honest. And then we do a highlight for the hair. Actually, it's supposed to be a much brighter version of this color. So what they do is they take a line, to the hair and just go all the way around it. Additionally, the hair also needs to have the darkest edges, which I do not have. So those are the last two things I'm missing for this piece, I guess. Let's try to do that. Nice work. Thank you. Would it be easier if I do this? And I only draw on top of that? Does seem like it. Okay, then do something like that. Oh. Again, those highlights are a little off, but whatever. Next thing is shading for the hair. Take this, make it darker. Then we do little spots. There's our weird hair boy, I guess. Make it a little bigger. Oh, something that you'd put here. And on the top of these. There's a Hellboy. There you go. I think we're done. So that's our last one for today. Let's group all of these. I always find coloring can take so long though. Group. So we have grouped. Alright, well, we started with this shape. Give it some face and coloration. Here's what we got. Started with the face shape. This is the other exercise we did today. We had a lot of time, which was to take an old drawing we did a while back and just try to make it better. In this case, you can see that this is the original sort of drawing that I was trying to emulate. And on this file, this is what I originally, when I started drawing this month, this is what I actually had done. So I don't know if you can see any sort of progress, but there is the progress overall. And the rest were basically just line work today. Not a lot more work was done. Not a lot more other work, I would say. If we look at the other layers, I think we were just doing by memory exercises. Except for that one. That one's not by memory. And basically it involved having to try to copy a shape and just try to do our best to try to emulate it. So yeah, that's going to be all for today. We're gonna put this one as our drawing. I'm gonna save this file. And it's definitely gotta go somewhere in our doodles folder. 25 days of doodles. There's only there's only 5 more days left. We're almost done. Oh, we're gonna have a nap. Well, I guess I'll wait to all of you to return before I quit the stream. So yeah, so we did this face. This is the outline for the face. It's interesting to see the drawing without its outline. You can see that it's kept this sort of shape. Obviously, I do the best I can to keep something of it. But its line work is very important. If you don't have it, it loses it. After that, we did the exercise I saw here. There was a lot of line work today, which I was just trying to do lines. Starting to do lines, 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 more lines. This is the sort of shapes with lines. One of the things I had issues with is that whenever time I tried to do a heptagon, so basically I could get to a pentagon, it was okay. But as soon as I started getting to a hexagon, there would be some issues, as you can see here. As we got to a heptagon or an octagon, then my shapes just basically lost all of its sort of aspect. As you can see here as well. This is an octagon, but as soon as we got into like here, it just became a curve and it was gone. Some circle lines, some more line work, more lines, more flowy lines. I don't know what that was. I was trying to do some S's or like do curved lines, which I also struggle with sometimes. And here's where we started doing our art class. But this one was a little different. We did art class by memory. So we were trying to look at it for 15 seconds, then 30 seconds to draw, then 15 seconds to try to figure out why that was. Some of them were okay, some of them not so okay. This is a wrench, and I could not draw this wrench. By God, anything would prevent me from doing so. So this is bread. That's bread. That's a basket. That's a knife. This is a cutting board, I think. Also had a minute. Oh yeah, the animals did not go very well. Here you see the exercise. For this one we had 5 minutes, so it would be 30 seconds of drawing, 30 seconds of seeing it, draw it until the bell rings, then see another 30 seconds, then draw, and then try to fix by reference. Let me tell you, didn't work out so well. Didn't work so, but I feel like it's an exercise worth keeping practicing so as to be able to be better at. Here are our cats, and here is our cats by reference. Not much of a difference, because I didn't really have time to do it. I think it had under a minute. Here's our cat. Cat by reference, obviously feels like a cat. The cat by memory number 2 holds the pose, but it doesn't hold the shape. And the first one is just, it's a visual representation of a cat. It's my best implementation out of 10. Then the dog. Was there only 2 dogs? No. This is the original dog. This is a second dog. This is a third dog. Third dog obviously keeps the shape a little more. I don't know why it is that as soon as I see a dog, as soon as a dog leaves my mind, may as well just lose all of its shapes. And we had some people, much like before. Problem with people is that I didn't really have the time to draw all I wanted to do with them. So they end up just basically being figure sketches. But I guess that's what it happens when you only have a few minutes to draw something. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Let's go to the end screen. Thank you very much for everybody who stopped by. You're very cool, very nice, and all you're gonna get rewarded with something special. You know what that is? It's a jump scare! It's not a jump scare. There's no reward. I'm sorry. I lied to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't lie. I shouldn't commit such mistakes. But anyway, I hope to see you all next time. Don't forget. Ooh. Ooh. You can't catch me. You can't catch me. I'm too fast. Oh, I'm too fast. You can't catch me. But yeah, don't forget. You're special. You're cool. And we'll see each other next time. Hopefully. Until then. Bye-bye. Till next time. Ciao, ciao. And I will come back at it again tomorrow for more art. In case you didn't know that. Because we are. We do art. Trying to do art all of November. So here we are. And we're almost done. We're almost done. Then I won't have more art.